I mean, how does your system work?
Sure. So, one key thing I think it's about interacting at the task level is something that you just mentioned, and I think that's important. I think it's very easy for a human to say what they want accomplished. I think it's you're getting into the weeds. If you figure out if you're starting to do motion planning or something for a robot, I think you're too deep, and that's probably best left to a robot. So there's a distinction there. I think that non-roboticists and operators and people that are trying to get work done are going to be able to interact at a task level. And I think that's key because it's a simpler problem to solve. If I can instruct what my intention is and ask a robot to go do something for me as opposed to explicitly describe how I want that done, I think that's something we're starting to get to that point, and I think that's when this gets exciting. I think if we're explicitly detailing how a robot is to do something, it's the wrong conversation. It's a difficult problem. I don't think those interaction models are there, and it's the domain of experts. So that's one thing. Another thing about human-robot interaction that is interesting to me is this idea of observability. It's something that we've been thinking about quite a bit. I think it comes down to the trust aspect. There's a lot of great work being done where let's say mobil AGV will use a laser projector or something to broadcast out into the universe where its intended path is, right? And so this builds confidence in the people around that robot. But I think more generally, just being able to understand a system, to have it not be opaque, that's where the trust comes from. I had a conversation recently with a self-driving car company that was looking at using augmented reality inside the cockpit. And it was an interesting application. It was not, they wanted to broadcast the information from the car, say it's LiDAR or whatever, but really show the passenger what the car is seeing so that the passenger knows that the car sees the other cars and sees the humans. It doesn't inform a decision that the passenger is going to make, but it puts the passenger at ease. I thought it was really interesting. None of us came here today, well maybe a few of us did, I don't know, in a self-driving car. But we're probably a bit away from that. I think the first time you do it, you're going to be a little bit freaked out. And what's really important is that passenger, you're not going to necessarily have any agency over what that car is going to do, but you're going to feel a whole lot better knowing what the car knows. And so I think that's really interesting. We're starting to get a bunch of information off of robots, and can we present it to a human in a way that broadcasts their intention, that makes it easier to root cause an issue, to assign tasks. We're just starting to get there. The interfaces are getting, I guess, human readable and readable to non-roboticists. I think that's super important because these machines are entering our world just now. They're starting to go out there and we're interacting with them. It's super important to understand what their intention is. And that's how we think we build trust.